What is up, guys? Brad Mew here, bringing you guys another OBA Wi-Fi battle. This is for Week 8. Your Grassy Raikous is going to be going against the Myrtle Milotics, coached by Basica64. Before this video starts, please drop a like down below. If you are new, hit that subscribe button as well. All support is very, very appreciated going into these weeks. We are officially halfway through the season now, so I think only 7 weeks left until playoffs and stuff like that. So it's either make it or break it now. Got to start picking up those wins. We're coming off a very, very huge loss last week. We were at number 1 overall. I think now we're actually in number 3 or number 4 overall now, before this battle started. This battle was actually very important too because I wanted to really come back and pick up a win ratio again, get out another win here, but it was anybody's match in this match. The really thing about my opponent's roster is he did have a lot of mons that really countered most of my team. Being the Doug Trio and the Excadrill, between those two, those really counter about almost half of my draft. So those really counter a lot of my mons. I really had to prepare for those heavily this week. He also actually had the Electros, but he actually dropped Electros for free agency and actually picked up Embor. I'm not quite sure if he picked Embor up just for this match, but the team actually breaks him bring. He had the Dusclops. I actually breaks him to bring Dusclops, Hydreigon, Excadrill, Doug Trio, Milotic. What was the last one? I forgot what the last one was. Dusclops, Excadrill, Doug Trio, Hydreigon, Milotic. I forgot what the last one was. I think it was Armaldo. I think. I know there's one more mon that he could have run. Really did not expect him to bring the Mega Gardevoir this week as well. Just for the sheer fact that Scissor completely shut it down. That's why my team really wasn't prepared for Mega Gardevoir, just for the sheer fact I thought he was not going to bring it. But my opponent has a set of balls, and he actually brought it this week, so props to him. Bringing the just going to go over my stats real quick. My opponent's team looked very threatening in this match. Also very prepared for the Excadrill and the Doug Trio. That's why I'm really prepared for, with most of my team is prepared for those two. I am prepared a little bit for the Embor. Wasn't really super prepared for that because it actually was a last minute pickup on his part. I think he only picked it up yesterday. So, bringing the max defense, max special defense, Mandibuzz with the knockoff U-turn defog for getting rid of rocks. Another thing bad about this team is I realized halfway through the battle that I did not have any rocks or hazards on this team, which probably would have made this match a little bit easier on my side. But I just did not have any of that stuff. Also, an honorable mention, I was also going to be bringing Exatu this week, but after running some calcs, I realized Exatu was complete garbage, and that Cofagrigus was probably even a better choice than Exatu. So, once again, Exatu staying off the roster, or staying out, not even making a debut in this season. So, really considering Exatu now. He's not doing much. He's basically just dead weight on my roster right now. So, I'm really considering a lot of things of what I could need and I could replace him for at this point. Kind of frustrated by X2 as well. It's just not really good in most matchups. I thought this week it was going to be a decent matchup, being that he does have the 2 ground types, which could be a pretty good pivot between those two. He also had the, I think it was the Dusclops, which it was Dusclops decently well as well because of Magic Bounce. It also has the Magic Bounce to bounce rocks and Status is back. So that was one of the good things about it. I thought I was going to bring this week, but I run some calcs. Most of his moves really weren't, it wasn't even worth bringing. Cofagrigus, special defensive Cofagrigus was a lot better to bring over X2. So again, X2 not really doing too much for us. So really considering X2 not really doing much for us. So considering getting rid of X2 actually. I'm at that point, but we'll maybe give it one more week. If I decide not to let him have one more week, then well, but bring the max defense, max special defense, Mandibuzz went over that. Max attack, max speed, Scissor, just so I can speed creep the Milotic, because Milotic was a very big threat. Along with the Armaldo, I wanted to be able to hit that thing very hard. Also with Dusclops, I was debating whether to run knockoff as well. Did not run knockoff though. The X-Scissor U-turn, Bullet Punch, Iron Head. This thing was mainly for if he did bring the Mega Gardevoir, which he does. So this is probably one of the biggest things in my match I need. First time ever bringing actually a Scarfed Sylveon. Timid, max speed, max special attack with the Moonblast. I don't know why I'm running Moonblast. Don't ask me why, because this is not a pixelated Sylveon. It's a cute Charm Sylveon. Could not get my hands on a Pixelate Sylveon just for this set. I actually got this set from a friend, and I didn't have time to train up a whole new one, so that's why I'm using that. Moveless is still a very, very good move though. I think it's base 90 power, so Moonblast, Psyshock, Shadow Ball, and I do have the Choice Scarf Wish if I do need that as well. I can always scarf myself into Wish, get a Wish up, and switch out and get something healthy, which was the plan behind that as well. Bringing the Special Defensive Cofagrigus, which I really never won't run with one of these actually Special Defensive before, but max Special Defense, max HP, wearing the Hex, Nightshade, Haze, just in case anything wanted to set up a storage stance. I really bring the Excadrill to actually try setting up a storage stance or two. So that's why I brought the Haze, if anything wanted to set up. And the Toxic, just for the Milotic and stuff that was very, very bulky, along with the Dusclops, stuff like that. Bringing the Jolteon, same set as most weeks. Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Ice, Thunderbolt and Volt Switch with the Shed Shell. You're probably asking, Brad, why are you running the Shed Shell? Basically, this thing, I knew it was going to be going up against Dugtrio at some point. If he does sack him off, he get to bring Dugtrio in for free. I would have no way to switch out, and I would have to be forced to sack off my my Jolteon at that point. So that's why I do have the Shed Shell, in case he does have the Arena Trap, which he probably will. I get that Shed Shell will go off, and I'll be able to switch out of Arena Trap. So that's really what that was for, mainly for the Dugtrio, but once that thing's gone, it really is a worthless item, in my opinion. And bringing the defensive Poliwrath to strictly counter the Excadrill and the Milotic. Being it has a Water Absorb, Scald does nothing to it. Best thing it's probably do is Ice Beam me. So, bringing the Circle Throw, which I really thought was going to be a good move in this match. Throw some things out, get some damage on Mons. Ice Beam, just to get super effective damage on Hydreigon if I needed it. Stuff like that. Dugtrio if I needed some super effective damage. Scald, just for burn chances, and does super effective damage to a lot of his stuff. So, and the Resto Chesto, max defense, max HP on that this week. So we're going to go into this match. This was a very, very good match as well. It went either way, so it was either guy's match. I really prepared well for this team, I thought. So going to be going into this. I'm going to predict him to lead with his Excadrill or his Dugtrio. Rock Slide does not do too much here, and I'm at max defense. It does. I thought actually would do a lot more, and he'd probably actually be running Stone Edge, but he's running Rock Slide. Going to U-turn out here. I could have went for the knockoff, but I thought Mega Gardevoir was going to come in right there. But at least if he is Focus Sash, we do have the Focus Sash broken at this point. Going to switch out here, which kind of made me suspicious as why he was switching out. Either that or he does not want to go down to a Bullet Punch, but going to bring him either switch out there or go for the Sucker Punch. Going to Mega Evolve and actually go for the U-turn. The U-turn was my best play because he could have went out into his Hydreigon, which does have the Flamethrower. He could go out into Excadrill, which does a lot to me since I'm not defensive. He goes on to Milotic, which I thought was a possibility as well. Do some solid damage there, which does tell me he is probably more than likely specially defensive. I go out into Zeus here, my Jolteon, because even if he is special defensive, Thunderbolt is still a 2-hit KO. However, I do have to keep an eye out for Miracoat, because Miracoat was one of the possibilities I actually thought he was going to have. I knew he was going to either go into Excadrill or Dugtrio here, so I have to make the middle ground play. I was going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, but I knew maybe Excadrill would come out, so I went for the middle ground play and went for the Shadow Ball. Hoping for a special defense drop as well, but that's not going to happen. Otherwise, I think Shadow Ball would have killed. But I'm going to go right out into Poliwrath here. I could have went out into Mandibuzz. I thought he was going to go for the Earthquake. Could have went out into Mandibuzz and got a free switch in right there. But I made the safest play, go under my Poliwrath. He's going to switch out right there, which leads me to the conclusion he might be Scarfed. Just outspeed a few things on my team. He's going to go right out into his Gardevoir here, actually tracing the Water Absorb, predicting a Scald, which is a good play on his part. But not going to go for the Scald. I'm going to go for the Circle Throw, just because I knew he probably was going to switch out anyways. It would be insane for him to actually stay in with Excadrill that he really does need for most of my roster, or my team. He's going to go right out into his Dugtrio here, set up the Stealth Rocks, which are kind of an issue, but then again, not really too much of an issue if I can get my Mandibuzz in and get a free Defog off. I'm going to go for the Circle Throw here. It barely misses the kill, which actually is a low roll. It does around about 55 to 60%, and I did get low rolled right there, which kind of sucks, but he's going to get Circle Throw right out into his Gardevoir again. I cannot stay in here whatsoever. I'm going to have to switch out right here. I have no switch in for this thing because I was not very prepared for this thing too well. I'm going to go with the Special Offensive Cofagrigus here. Even though Hyper Voice is still 2-hit KO, There's nothing I have to switch in for this thing. This thing does wreck a lot of my stuff. So this is probably one of the biggest threats here. Then he has the possibility of running Hidden Power Fire for my Scissor, which was one of the possibilities at the time I did think of. Cophagrist, going down very early in this match, does not even get to pull off a move here. I was hoping maybe he would switch out there, but I was just thinking he's probably just going to take me out because it's 2 KO anyways. Even though I'm max special defense and max HP, its Gardevoir is way too powerful. Have no switch in here, so I have to basically just go out in my Scissor here. I have to go YOLO because he could have Hidden Power Fire, and if I did not go for the Bullet Punch, there was a possibility of me getting killed. He's going to stack off his Scissor, or not his Scissor, his Dugtrio here, so I guess that's a big threat out of the way. But then again, once this thing's gone, now my item on Jolteon is basically useless, so that kind of sucks. Then you got this Emboar running around rampant. I do not have a switch in for this Emboar, especially when I think this thing has definitely choice banded. He could be running offensive, but I'm pretty sure the thing was actually choice banded, which I do find out in this match. It does way too much damage. Even with if he was Life Orb, it would do less. But we see no Life Orb. I'm pretty sure he is choice banded. So could be a possibility of Scarf as well, which I guess would not be a bad thing because it would be able to outspeed Hatred and stuff like that. But he's gonna switch out there. I'm pretty sure he probably is choice banded. So he's going to go right out into his Milotic. I'm actually going to predict a double. Actually, predict a Wild Charge if he was not either choice. So that's really my thing of figuring out if he was choice or not. He's definitely choice banded. I do find out right here because he does switch out. He actually goes on the Milotic, so this is a perfect switch for me. Maybe if I would have went for the Thunderbolt right here, I could have killed this Milotic at this point, but it would have been a matter of a roll because it only does around about 55 to around about 64%. So it would have been a matter of a roll with the Thunderbolt, and I could have taken a big Scald or something like that. Gonna go right out into Poliwrath here, hoping to eat up a Scald. He's just gonna go for the Dragon Tail, which is a good play on his part, because he probably knows I'm gonna full switch anyways. He's gonna actually Dragon Tail me out into my Mega Scissor here, which I'm fine with because he is base 81 speed, but since I'm max speed invested, I should still be able to outspeed this thing. And assuming this is probably a special defensive Milotic, I should outspeed, and I do get the X Scissor off. The crit, I don't think the crit mattered because it did a max of like around 40-some%, and it only had about 30% left. But now you got the Emboar coming in for free again. If I would have my Stealth Rocks up, this thing would have been pretty much dead in like 4 turns of it coming in. But I don't have any rocks on this team or anything like that, which I'm planning to fix, hopefully. I do have a few mons in mind I might want to pick up from free agency, but gonna go with the Flare Blitz. Jolteon at this point is my least valuable thing. Once the Dugtrio is gone, I really don't need it anymore. It does outspeed the Hydreigon, but there was a possibility at this point too that his Hydreigon could be Scarfed, just to counter a Scarfed Haxorus, which was a possibility I was thinking of bringing. But it did not bring the Haxorus just because I thought he was probably going to bring Scarfed Hydreigon as well. At this point, I actually do find out he actually is not choice banded, so he does switch up his move, so I'm guessing he's bluffing the choice band, so that's actually information there as well. I'm going to go into Sylveon here. I am choice Scarf. Normally this thing would outspeed me, but I am choice Scarf, timid, max speed. He's going to switch out right here. I'm just going to go for the Moonblast. He's going to go right out in his Gardevoir, because why not? Maybe a little bit too risky for him to go into Excadrill, which I thought he was maybe going to go into Excadrill, but there was also a possibility that I could be running Hidden Power Fire, which was a possibility I was thinking of. Did not act on that. I thought Wish was a little bit more important in this moveset. I do get the special attack drop, which I guess doesn't really matter too much. He's gonna go for the Wish. I guess he would have, if he would have Hyper Voiced, it would have did a little bit less with the special attack drop. But assuming he has no Protect, he does not have the Protect. Actually, predicted Protect, but he does not have it for some reason. I'm not quite sure if he wanted to Baton Pass out or something, or not Baton Pass, switch out or something. But now Excadrill is gonna come in for free again. This thing is a big problem for my team. Just keep piling up the problems. This Emboar and the Excadrill is probably the biggest problems right now for my team at this point in the match. I'm going to go into Scissor here, predicting either an Iron Head or a Rock Slide. Iron Head doesn't do too much to me, which is good. Now he does have to switch out here. Either he could be choice Scarfed, which I was kind of thinking, the way he's been bringing it in and switching it out. He's going to go to Hydreigon. I'm going to go for the Bullet Punch because I needed some damage on that Excadrill. At the range it was at, I needed at least about 30% more off for a Moonblast to have the possibility of killing if I didn't leave my Sylveon in on it. Gonna go to Sylveon here. If he did have Iron Tail, it would have done around about 70 to 75% to me, but he actually just goes for the Flamethrower, so which I did kind of predict. I can eat up 2 Flamethrowers, even though I'm not special defensive invested. Sylveon does have some decent special defense anyways, so and I'm Choice Scarfed, and that means he is Life Orbed, which we did see. So Hydron at least gone. So we're at least, at this point, we're at least breaking down the differential, which was kind of nice. He's going to go to Excadrill again. At this point, there was no reason for him not to go for Earthquake, so I'm just going to make a big play here. Well, a big play I kind of thought, but I'm going to go to Scissor. I had nothing to really switch into this thing at this point. It was either my Sylveon goes down, which I needed for win condition, because it does have the possibility of taking out the Emboar. Scissor going to be getting killed right here, so this thing probably is Choice Scarfed. I am Choice Scarf right here too. If he was not Choice Scarf, I would have outsped. Basically, I can just click any move at this point, and it does not matter because Shadow Ball only does max around about 35%, and Moonblast does max around about 29%. So we do find out he is Choice Scarf Excadrill, which was one of the banes of my existence in this match, but we at least brought it down to a 2-0. But we are now back-to-back losses, which is very, very, very bad. Hoping next week we can at least get a loss or something. I'm going to try doing something with this draft. It seems, I don't know what's going on with my draft. I feel like there's a lack of, I know there's a lack of something in my draft. I really don't want to say it in this video because people are going to, the coaches, and I know a lot of coaches watch these videos and stuff like that. I don't want to really say what I need, but I'm definitely maybe going to be picking up some free agency over the next week or two here. Not quite sure what I'm going to pick up yet, but X2 is completely garbage. X2 is garbage for me right now. Not really impressed with X2. I might give it one more week just to prove itself next week, but if I do not feel like it, then it's going to be leaving. So, other than that, though, hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Your Grassy Raikous are now, I think, 5-3. I think 5-3 now. So, good game. Basically, a very, very good match. At least I pull it down to a 2-0, which is decent, I guess. If I was running Hidden Power Fire, at least I could have took out the Excadrill, but I guess at that point it really didn't matter anyways because Emboar can come in, clean up anyways. So at least could have got down to 1-0, but it doesn't matter in the end because I wouldn't be able to take it out anyways. But hopefully you guys enjoy. Please subscribe if you are new, and also drop a like down below for your Grassy Raikous. Next week I think we're going against the New York Vanilluxes. So they do have one or two mons that are pretty threatening, but overall I think our draft is pretty decent to go up against their draft as well. So it's going to be a very, very even match next week. I think I have one or two mons that counter most of their mons, and they have one or two that counter most of mine. So it's going to be a very, very good match next week as well. Hoping to pick up a win next week because I really don't want to start a losing streak after we had a pretty good winning streak. So I'm pretty sure we're the number 5 or number 6 now on the overall after this match. But hopefully if we do decent next week, we should be able to get back up decently high, probably around number 4, number 3 again. So that we don't know what the other coaches if they won or lost their matches yet. So not salty or that much, but I'm gonna try actually prepping or getting a little bit better roster. I tried to make some adjustments to my roster as well. Other than that, though, I'm gonna get out of here. See you guys next time.